It's Insecure meets Black Panther. We've seen it. My name is Shania Banson, and I have been a filmmaker for the past 11 years, and I have been a full-time director, writer, and producer for going on 3 years now. When you start creating this deck, you want to make sure that that deck is branded to your story. Everybody knows the branding of Halloween. Black Phone has branding. I'm using horror examples because I am a horror girly. All of these films, they have a certain look to them. They have a certain branding to them. Romance films have a different branding. Fonts have a different branding. They all mean and evoke different feelings from people. So you want to make sure when you start this deck that you are starting by developing what the branding is for it. So now you have refined visuals for it. You have refined and understood branding for it. Now it's time to think about what goes into the deck. So within the deck, you're going to have the same information that you would find in the treatment. The difference is you are now applying your branding and your visual language to what is being said here. I'm going to name all of the things that should be within your deck in no particular order. Just know that as you are rearranging these slides and figuring out what goes where, you need to be taking the person who is viewing this deck on a journey. You want to walk them through this story bit by bit. So when you're deciding what should come first, what should come next, what should come last, really think about what needs to be introduced first. If they were to be watching this film, if this deck was a version of the film, what information would they need to know first? Within your deck, you want to make sure that you have a slide for your log line, you have a slide for your synopsis. Make sure that you're defining what your themes are. What are the themes that are explored within this film? Let them know. What are we going to be talking about? Is it abuse? Is it relationships? You also want to identify your genre. What genre are we looking at here? What genre are we about to be exploring? Then, of course, you want to make sure you're building a visual world for them. What that looks like is entirely up to you. You can use videos, you can use pictures, you can use graphics, GIFs, you can use AI to create images if you want to, but you have to find a way to build a visual world for them. And that is where you reference the visual guide, where you refined what this story looks like for you. Do you show them the world by only showing exteriors, paint the picture of the age that you're in, the day and age, or are you using a collage format? Are you pulling in all these things from the Y2K era to define what the visual language is? And it doesn't have to be just one way. You can paint it in multiple different ways. So maybe you make a collage for them, but then in the next one, you're only using stills. You want to define what the visual language is in every way that you feel fit and comfortable. Then of course, you want to start putting in your comps. What films they might have seen that compare to yours, that are similar to yours, that explore the same themes as yours, just to help them paint a different picture. I know we all heard the formula. It's like X meets Y, meaning it's like Chucky meets Friday the 13th. People love to combine different types of films to really help paint a picture. It's Insecure meets Black Panther. We've seen it. Then of course, you also want to make sure you're highlighting your team behind this. Who on your team is going to be pivotal parts to creating this story? If you already have a director attached, which I'm assuming you do if you're creating this deck and you're creating the visual language, you want to highlight your director. Who are they? What else have they done? What have they worked on? Are there links to their previous projects? Same thing with your producers. Who is at the helm of this team? Who is driving the ship? We want to meet the captain here. That's why you're going to put your producers in your deck. What else have they worked on? What kind of budgets have they handled? Why should we trust your team? Highlight the writer. What else have you written? Has it won any awards? Has it been in any festivals? Why are we celebrating your voice as the writer? Whether you've done something or not, what about you is unique? Express that. If you're far along enough within the journey of producing this project, you may want to include slides that talk about the potential timeline and the potential budget of this project. What number? Because that's going to be super important. What figure? What number? We're talking dollars, dollar bills, y'all. What number are you looking for? How much money are you looking for? Highlight your strategy of what you're going to use these funds for. Include that you have a tax incentive if you're shooting in a different state that has a tax incentive. You want to make sure that you're putting as much information in this to sell your project. This deck is for you to put a visual language to not only your story, not only your vision, but your strategy as well. And then last but certainly not least, because again, this is in no particular order, your characters. Who are they? Put the actors that you see for this film in there. What is their character arc? Who is this person? Even give a list of potential actors. You can put your main one as a photo and then list out the rest of them. You also want to use images that fit what you're talking about. If we're talking about a gruesome, depressed protagonist, there should not be a smiling face of Keke Palmer on the head of your film. Your deck is going to be a key selling tool in all of the materials that you need for your pitch. Having your treatment, having your beat sheet, having your script, and then of course having your deck prepared will show that you put a lot of time, effort, and work into this pitch and that you actually have something to pitch.